Okay. Been a while since I actually recorded one of these Warhammer projects, but this one I figure I will, mostly because of where I actually got inspired from in order to be doing it. What I'm going to be is the Asuryani, Craft World Eldar, whatever you want to call them, Wraithknight. As you can see, there's a lot of plastic involved, as well as a base that I 3D printed using the one from the Gamak Avatar of Cain and just adjusting its portions to match the Wraithknight's normal base. Now, when I mentioned inspiration, in this particular case, the credit for the inspiration goes to Casey over at eBay Miniatures Rescue, who did a rescue on a Wraithknight a couple of years ago, which inspired my purchase of this one. I'm just finally getting to, actually working on it. Okay, at this point, the legs are fully assembled and glued to the base. I'm glad the base is as heavy as it is. This foot is not down as much as I would like, but at this stage of the game, I will take what I can get. In hindsight, I probably should have pinned the feet. I did not. The rest of it is looking just fine, though. Got the leg plates on, the crotch plate on. At this point, it's time to start working on the upper structures. Okay, the torso, or upper torso, is mostly complete. Main assembly is complete, at least, with the neck in place. There's a lot of parts that went into this, but we've now reached the stage where a lot of the parts are numbered now. That is our waist joint, waiting to go into the legs, where I had previously screwed up and put the wrong plate on the front. The plate I had there before was actually supposed to be on the rear, but that's been taken care of. Alright, work continues on the torso. I have the head now fully assembled. Work continues on the torso as I've added the grills and started the back fins and stuff. Now for one of the first major modifications to this kit. In there, you see the blue magnets. These are in the shoulder joints. I intend to make it so I can swap out between a couple of weapon configurations. We'll see how it plays out. Okay, at this point, detail pieces on the torso are all in place now, and there were a lot of them, but this is a Games Workshop Eldar model. You'll notice some damage to the shoulder joints. That was done to make the magnets work better, but at this stage of the game, I am happy to say I have the ability to use two different pairs of arms. One set will have the twin heavy wraith cannon. The other set will have the big old sword and shield. Okay, at this stage, I have the arms finished. I have the wraith cannon arms on right now. Not too worried about the fact they're not both pointing at the same level, because let's face it, during the course of moving across the battlefield it may not be. I haven't glued the torso head on yet. I've also got the arms for the blade and shimmer shield. Now, right here, you can see that piece of paperclip wire sticking out. That you'll find on both of those arms as well, is to make up for the fact that while the magnet will keep the arm from falling off, it will not keep it from rotating down because of the weight. That piece of wire wedges up under the shield. In fact, if I turn this around, yeah, you can see it there. The wire is basically acting as a brake, keeping the arms from falling while it's posed. Like I said, the head's not glued on yet. At this point, we're basically ready for paint, unless I decide to add something else to the base. Alright, what we have here is what should be final mock-up prior to getting this thing into primer and paint. For now, I'm testing it with the sword and shield arms. The biggest addition is down here on the base, where I've taken 3 Slaanesh demonettes, appropriate given the Eldari problem with Slaanesh herself, and have them down and out for the count. Paint will help sell the fact they are not alive anymore, but all in all, it's looking really impressive. Alright, as you can see, we've got a lovely coat of black over all of the parts. This is the Vallejo Black Spray Primer. And it's done a nice job of unifying everything. After this, it'll be time for a quick zenithal of white primer. Alright, what we have here is our formerly black parts with a heavier dusting of white than I really wanted, but in the end we've still got shadows in the paint, so I'm happy for that. My corpse is laid out. I will probably try to paint before I go to finish assembly. I've also used some blue tack to mask off the join points for the head. But we have a lot of progress today. Okay, at this point I've got the paint down, got the base done, got our weapons all magnetized. So we're going to call the build of the Eldar Wraithknight, or Eldari more accurately, Wraithknight, complete. Again, I want to thank Casey over at eBay Miniatures Rescue for inspiring this one. even though mine was not a rescue. And like I said, we'll call this build complete. And here we have the finished Asuryani Craftworld Asuryani Wraithknight. In this case, showing the twin heavy wraith cannon, and twin star cannon on top. The whole model was painted out. The black is Citadel Black Templar. The Asuryani Craftworld logo is, of course, my own work. The red is Army Painter Speed Paint Poppy Red. The metallics are a custom mix. The copper around the gems is actually Vallejo's latest metallics. The faceplate is Vallejo's Cobalt Blue. The base was done first with a coat of Runic Gray Speed Paint. The Deceased Demonettes are some custom mixes that I couldn't possibly duplicate if I had to. The brown areas on the base are actually Army Painter's brown tone mixed with the Zealot Yellow Speed Paint and some Speed Paint Medium over the top of the previous coat of Runic Gray. The base was flat coated after the rest of the model was given a gloss coat. When I do the stills, I'll show the other weapon configuration with the sword and scatter shield. All in all, I'm very happy with how this turned out. The waist is actually posable because of the fact that I've magnetized it. That actually looks pretty good too. Magnets came useful for getting the arms to be able to swap out. And I'm starting to ramble, so I will stick some stills at the end of this, and thank you all for watching.